Hello and welcome to the Evercade Retreat. Gene Joke here, and today I've got another multiple game addition to my ranking every Evercade game ever. Today I'm tackling the games developed by Low Tech Games, and they all feature on the various Indie Heroes collections that we've had so far. I'll do them in order of release, so let's start off with Fleas, which is a precision platformer for the NES, where you play Henry the Flea. And you bounce your way through various levels, collecting blood and generally trying not to die. Every so often there will be a boss, which is essentially a chase sequence, often going through the bloodstream and so on and so forth. Now, Flea is a well regarded game on the Evercade and it looks decent enough for the NES. The graphics are quite basic, but they're perfectly functional and they do exactly what they need to do. The music is catchy, jolly stuff, again, suits the game perfectly. There's 100 levels to get through, and the later levels can definitely get very challenging, especially some of those boss sequences, but there are plenty of lives and plenty of pickups to give you more. I was a big fan of this game. I really enjoyed playing through all the levels and beating it, although there were times it would have had me pulling out my hair if I had any. But the more you play it, the more you get the skills and get better at it, and it becomes less and less frustrating as you get used to the gameplay. Placing in my overall ranking was actually quite tough, but in the end I settled for putting it above Cadaver but beneath Speedball 2. It's the kind of game that's just really at home on the Evercade. So moving on to Tapeworm Disco Puzzle, which is a puzzle game for the NES and is a spin-off of Flea. You control a tapeworm, as in a worm that's in a cassette tape, and is somehow also a tapeworm inside the guts of something, because low-tech games tend to be about parasites. But don't think about it, you'll only hurt yourself trying to make sense of the logic in these games. Graphically it's pretty much on par with Flea, and there's much of the same music as well. The gameplay is quite different and hard to explain. Your tapeworm comes out of the tape and you can stretch out as you navigate the mazes, but you can only go so far unless you get things that boost the length of your tapeworm. And you have to navigate the maze while managing the length of your tapeworm, collecting musical notes and other such things. It's a great fun game, and I think whether you prefer this or Flea really depends on whether you're more into precision platformers or puzzle games. But I prefer it to Flea. And to place it in the overall rankings, I would place it just above Flea, but just below Speedball 2. So next we move on to Choo Choo Mimic, a collaboration between Riggs Games and Low Tech, and this time instead of being about Parasite, it's about feeding knights to a mimic chest, and it plays very slightly like Choo Choo Rocket, with you placing icons on the screen and setting the knights to navigate, and as they interact with the icons you place, they'll redirect and so on and so forth. It's a really good puzzle game and I had a lot of fun with it, and in the moment I'd say I actually preferred it to Tapeworm and Flea. However, the nature of the gameplay is it's less replayable than those games. So to place it in my overall rankings, I would have to put it just above Hummings but beneath Cadaver. And finally, we have the latest of the Low Tech games, and that is Flea 2. It is a sequel that is essentially more of the same. You get a few more abilities and the challenge is ramped up somewhat. But if you have played through the first game, you'll have the skills to do this one without it being too frustrating, maybe. Although that some of those boss sections will definitely have you tearing your hair out if you have any. Placing in my rankings, as it is essentially more of the same, I would have to place it just below the original Flea. Okay, it's another short video cracking out a few more of these games to round out this list, and next I think will have to be another solo review, perhaps something I haven't covered in a video before. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch this one, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that might be.